I am an off-road driving enthusiast. Yet, like every other driver, I still spend most of my time driving on the highway. Therefore, I always look for all-terrain tires that operate smoothly and quietly to satisfy my on-road and off-road driving. I have spent years searching for tires that meet these conditions. Finally, after a long time, the top 5 quietest all-terrain tires in this review are the models that passed my tests with perfect performance. All-terrain tires are usually not so smooth and quiet. However, some of the suggested samples in this review are exceptions. Most of them perform effectively all-terrain with extremely low noise. So if you're in the market for a set of quietest all-terrain tires, be sure to check out this video and the links in the description box before making your final purchase. Now, without further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Michelin LTX A T2. Best for towing on the highway. Truck and SUV drivers are passionate about conquering rough terrain and spend a lot of time on the highway. To meet the above needs, a quiet and good traction all-terrain tire like the Michelin LTX A T2 will be the most reasonable choice. I spent a lot of time testing its performance on paved roads and rough terrain, and its on-road and off-road driving both impressed me quite a bit. As an all-terrain tire, the LTX A T2 provides outstanding traction. My truck barely spins even when accelerating on rough, muddy terrain. However, its performance is no longer excellent when moving on rocks or deep mud. It didn't provide enough traction for my severe off-road driving. In return, this is a very impressive tire on the highway. Its traction is relatively stable on dry roads. Even light snow terrain is not a big obstacle for Michelin tires. It's still good enough that I can drive through snowy areas about 2 to 3 inches deep without getting stuck. Also important is that the tires are very quiet and provide great ride comfort whether I'm driving on highways or rough roads. The tires have absorbed the bumps very well. Number 2. Kumho Road Venture AT51. Best for daily driving. As an off-road enthusiast who still spends most of his time on the highway, I'm always on the lookout for a tire with balanced performance. And the Kumho Road Venture AT51 is such a tire. Kumho tires meet my driving needs on the road very well. I went with the tire to get through a stretch of loose gravel, sharp rocks, and some open terrain. In any case, the tires provide pretty excellent traction, and I've never been stuck on any rough terrain. In addition to off-road performance, the Kumho Road Venture AT51 also delivers a pretty impressive everyday driving experience. The tires have excellent dry grip, and the steering is quite responsive. Meanwhile, on wet roads, the tires are quite hydroplaning resistance. The quality of the trip is also an advantage I am pretty impressed with in the Road Venture AT51. It's very comfortable and quiet on the highway. Even when installing tires on older models, the tires still provide a comfortable ride like a luxury car. Despite possessing many advantages, Kumho tires still have some imperfections. So far, the traction and cornering on wet surfaces have not been as stable as I expected. It's a bit slippery when I drive in the rain or on wet surfaces. Number 3. Firestone Destination XT. Best for the trail. I have a particular interest in trail driving, and the Firestone Destination XT is the tire I always prefer to use on this terrain. The tire's excellent handling on the trail comes from its superb performance on dirt and gravel. It allows the lugs to move independently and self-clean well on the harshest terrain. The tire's grip is also commendable, helping me always move safely on sandy, dirt, and gravel trails. I tested traction on snow, grip, and braking performance, and I was really impressed by its traction in light and deep snow conditions. However, it's not very good on ice. The braking distance is very long and the tires slip easily in the corners. Unfortunately, the tire did not perform well in the wet road tests. It still provides safe wet traction for traveling in heavy rain conditions if I only drive at average speed in the city. In terms of on-road comfort, I'm really impressed with this tire. It has stiffer sidewalls than highway tires, but so far, after more than 12,000 miles on them, the tires are still absorbing road bumps very well, providing surprisingly comfort. The noise is very low on the highway. I have to be very attentive to hear it, and I really don't mind it too much, because it's easily drowned out by the wind and the engine noise. Number 4. Continental TerrainContact A. Best for rain traction. The Continental TerrainContact A is an on- and off-road tire with an excellent mild all-terrain grip. Surfaces such as gravel and dirt are not a problem with this tire. It handles and provides very good traction. Compared to off-road driving, I love the experience of driving the TerrainContact A on the highway more. The dry road experience the tire delivers far exceeded my expectations. It has a very short dry braking distance, which helps me always feel secure driving at high speeds. In other dry performance-related tests, such as acceleration, traction, and grip, the TerrainContact A also scored well. On wet roads, the TerrainContact A continued to surprise me. The braking distance of this tire in the rain is also very short, and I find that it is much shorter than other all-terrain tires I have used before. Besides that, on the light snow surface I encountered earlier this year, there was about 3 inches of snow, and the tires provided good traction. The acceleration was good, but the braking distance was longer than I expected, and handling in corners makes me a little nervous. Continental TerrainContact A is still very quiet and comfortable compared to most all-terrain tires I've used, which is the most important thing for me. Number 5. General Grabber APT. Best for comfort ride. The General has equipped Grabber APT with quite a lot of impressive technology, and one of my favorite technologies is comfort balance. In my experience, the impact absorption layer has done an excellent job of eliminating road imperfections. I also greatly appreciate the effect of the angled shoulder grooves. The noise transmitted to the cabin is negligible, and I am delighted with the smooth ride, even with worn tires, that Grabber APT brings. In addition to ride quality, General tires also impress me with pretty good performance on dry roads. Tires always maintain stable traction, and the steering wheel is responsive throughout the journey. I also appreciate the Grabber APT's dry braking performance. Thanks to the short braking distance, I always confidently drive on the highway at high speed. On wet surfaces, I don't have any complaints either. I often drive on the highway and also many times encounter sudden rains, and this tire still maintains stability in heavy rain on the highway. What impressed me also was that it was really great on the snow. I've never had such good traction in the snow on an all-terrain tire I've used before. That's all from my end. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification. If you need more information or want to know product price, do check out my description. Or if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I post new videos every day, so be sure to check back often. Thanks for watching and see you next time.